Hello people, another beautiful day. Yeah. Hope your 5 cents work. Senses, that is. Hope your health and strength is good. What? Look, I'm sitting here reading up on this this PCIe 5.0 SSD that's coming to the server world of computers. Server, and you got the mainframe. In the tech world, there's an order of operation. Usually the mainframe and server world gets the parts first, and then it trickles down to the little people, aka the public, so we can get it. You know what I'm saying? So they have a PCIe 5.0 SSD, and I was sitting here just reading up on it. Comes out in 2022. Samsung announced its first PCIe 5.0 Enterprise SSD PM1743 coming in 2022. So yes, the mainframe and server world always gets it first, and then it trickles down to the little people, and then we can get it. But for right now, this SSD is for the server world. In the tech world, the mainframe is the cook, and the server is the waiter and the waitress. So performance matters in the tech world. But anyway, sitting here looking at this article here. Said, let's see, where am I gonna go with this? Okay, let's do this. Says here, I'm just gonna read the first 3 paragraphs here. Actually, I'm just gonna do one. One, that is. Says here, at high level, the PM1743 is the successor to Samsung's current PM1733 Enterprise SSD, where the existing drive is based around a PCIe 4.0 controller, and Samsung's 96L 5th generation VNAND. The PM1743 bumps up this to PCIe 5.0 and 128L 6th generation VNAND instead. Given the general nature of today's announcement, the company isn't offering detailed technical specification on the drive architecture, but between the NAND and the controller improvement, they would seem to be largely be able to keep up with the additional bandwidth afforded by the move to PCIe 5.0. On paper, the PCIe 5.0 times 4 link the drive uses can reach bandwidth rates as high as 15.76 gigabytes per second. For the PM1743, in turn, Samsung claims peak sequential reads rate of 13 gigs per second and peaks sequential rates of 6.6 gigabytes per second, presumably to the drive SLC cache. This adds up to 86% higher peak read speed and 89% high peak write speed than the PM1733. To put that in terms of IOPS, Samsung is claiming that the new drive will be able to hit 2.5 M IOPS on random reads and 250K IOPS on random writes. So yes, performance matters in the in the tech world. So of course a PCIe 5.0 SSD is going to outperform a PCIe 4.0 SSD anytime. Performance, right? The name of the game is performance, and this is to help out the this is for the tech world, and usually, like I said, usually the mainframe world and the server world, they get the parts first, but then it trickles down to the public so the public can get it. Now if you're making seven figures, hey, go for it. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not, you're just gonna have to wait for this solid state drive. But performance matters, you know, in the tech world. A 5.0 SSD PCIe is gonna outperform a 4.0 any day. You know, so just like a 4.0 SSD will outperform a 3.0. So performance matters in the tech world. Now this article has spec sheets. Says Samsung Enterprise SSD specifications. It goes into form factors, interface, controller, NAND flash, sequential reads, sequential writes, random read IOPS, random writes IOPS, power active, idle write endurance. So yeah, that's the spec sheets for the enterprise SSDs, and this is for the server world. And you know, the technology is just moving. That's all this is. It's all, you know, technology trying to keep up with the speed of light, so to speak. See here, it says here the updated controller is also embedded its own security processors and roots of trust. Samsung announced its announcement is light on the detail, but at high level, the company is doubling down on security by giving the drive a degree of security control independent of host server. All right. Says here the company is also touting these updates as having improved the energy efficiency of the PM1743 by 30% over the efficiency of the PM1743 by 30% over the PM1733, bringing it to 608 megabytes per second watts. Given that data transfer rate have improved by upwards of 90%, while power efficiency has only improved by 30%, it looks like the PM1743 will have a higher active power utilization rate than its predecessor. Doing some napkin math against the PM1733, which has a published figure of 20 watts, would put the active power of the PM1743 at around 30 watts. It says here, meanwhile, Samsung press release also confirms that the company has been working with Intel to validate the new drive. Samsung doesn't go into any further detail, but with Adler Lake 12th generation core already shipping now as the first mass market PCIe 5.0 compatible platform, Samsung has presumably been testing against that, as well as the forthcoming Sapphire Rapid next gen Xenon platform. And what else here? Says here new for this generation of SSD, Samsung will be offering the PM1743 in two form factors. The first will be the traditional 2.5-inch U.2 form factor. Meanwhile, joining U.2 will be E3S, a newer 3-inch enterprise and data center form factor that is designed to be slightly larger than U.2 drives, while incorporating a connector that can handle up to 16 lanes of PCIe. Yeah, SSDs of course won't use that many lanes, but it's a form factor that both drive and system vendors have been pushing for, making it the front runner as the eventual successor to U.2 base on last year's publication of the E3.2.0 specification. We had been expecting E3.S drives to land in early 2022, as Samsung is right on time. Finally, says here, finally the PM1743 will be offered in capacity ranging from 1.92 terabyte to 15.36 terabyte, the same capacity the PM1733 is available today. So although there is no capacity increase to speak of on a single drive level, since E3.S, half the thickness of a traditional 15 U.2 drive, Samsung is touting the overall density improvement the new drive will afford. Essentially, if a server uses E3.S, it will be able to accommodate twice as many drives, and thus twice as much storage capacity as U.2 configuration. PM.1473 is a sample now, and according to Samsung, mass production will begin in the first quarter of next year. So basically, this new drive, it's like low on like energy use, but you get a faster production. You get a faster production out of it than its predecessor, which is what happens when a newer drive comes out, or a newer video card comes out, or newer any parts in the computer, any newer parts within a server or a mainframe or a regular desktop, the newer component will always outperform the older ones. So that always happens. But it doesn't mean that the older model isn't any good. It's just a performance and bandwidth wise, the newer models always outperform. But the older models are still good, especially if you ain't got the money to buy the newer models. The older models are still good to use. So you still got options when it comes to these solid state drives. So, but these drives are for servers though. But of course, when the prices drop, you best believe that there's some tech nerds out there that are looking to get these drives. So, but other than that, man, these drives will be coming out in 2022. So I'll keep you guys posted on this. But what I'm gonna do is leave a link in the description box with this article. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still a Star Wars and Star Trek thing. Bored, dark side. Peace.